Hey guys, welcome to Airsoftology Mondays, the show that answers your questions, helps you out in a pinch, and also has his voice back from a very fun but long weekend. I'm your host, Jonathan Higgs, and for those of you who live in the Portland, Oregon area or did come out to Oregon Airsoft Arena's Winter Expo, I had so much fun meeting every single one of you. If you guys didn't do it, you missed out on an amazing weekend of Airsoft. I mean, the field is fantastic. The community in the Portland area is unbelievable. I mean, all the shops came in, everybody, even people that are competitors, all got together and had a great time, including, I gotta say a big shout out to my buddies up at Thunder Kiss North and West as well. Great shop, had a chance to actually tuck in there yesterday and check them out up in Vancouver, Washington. So yeah, you guys here in the Portland, like Northern Oregon, Southern Washington area are great. So yes, and also stay tuned guys. As I travel around the country, I'm going to be in a lot of different places. I want to give you one quick update before we jump on into the meat of the show here, and that my next big game will be at Operation Uprisings, February 20th at Hill 559. In fact, I'll go ahead and put a link if you guys are interested. If you guys live near that Fresno area, which is where it's going to be in Fresno, California, or can get there for that weekend, definitely come out. I'm going to be playing on like the insurgent side. So there's insurgent and NATO. So depending on whatever kit you have, if you got the gear, you don't have the gear, you can play on out. I've got my full Haji kit ready to go, AK and everything. So yeah, I'll have a link down in the description below if you guys want to like sign up for it. The game is incredibly affordable and it's a 24-hour op. So it starts like at 11:30 and goes until the next day. So you're going to have to bring your camping gear if you want to go. It should be super fun for those who want a Milsim experience but aren't quite ready for like the Milsim West full immersion insanity. But with all of that done and out of the way in the updates, it's time for what you're really here for, and that is the Palco Mail Call. Double X Jungle Apex writes, "Hey Jonathan, when is a good time to upgrade your airsoft gear? When there are new products coming out or once your equipment gets old? Thanks." So normally I would say like wear what you have, wear it out, or if you get bored with it, that's a good time. But the trick with airsoft gear, especially if you're gonna be buying something on the higher end, like so mid to higher end, typically you kind of gotta strike when the iron's hot because they make them in batches. They come in the color you're looking for and then they will sell out. They're gone and it could be months and months and sometimes before you see those again. And that is unfortunately the nature because these are all made sometimes or mostly in the US if they're gonna be like the legit gear, or even like LBX that makes them in batches. So I wouldn't hold off and wait. Now, if you're looking for something like in the Condor gear, Lancer, some of the new stuff I saw from Palco, those lineups, then you should be good to go. I mean, they're going to keep a really good back stock. These are companies that are used to stocking a lot of inventory, so you should be able to track those down no problem. But for like the higher end stuff, definitely get it when you see it hit the market. Wyatt Stitch writes, "Jonathan, are you able to go more in depth for what happened at SC Village for the viewers that don't know what happened? Thanks." So yeah, if you guys haven't seen the video, I think it's called like Rest in Peace or something like that. I'm going to be really shocked because this thing has been making its rounds to the airsoft community, and I think even like break.com and some other places have picked it up, like, so it's gone viral across the web. The video in a nutshell is the first person view of a guy with a Polar Star, cranked up high rate of fire, and just in the middle of a safety briefing at SC Village blasts a younger player in the back with a huge burst, unsuspecting. I mean, like pretty darn close, probably 15, 20 feet away. The kid like drops his gun and he is in a lot of pain. You could just tell. So the backstory on this is that kid apparently was part of their team supposedly and put up a video, or maybe it was part of the team or just didn't like the team. I'm not sure which one exactly, so don't quote me on that. Put up a video of him lighting that the guy who did the shooting in the video, patch on fire. Like he put it on his grill and he like squirted lighter fluid and lit it on fire. So yeah, that was kind of the provocation. I will tell you right now, the guy that shot the video, the one actually doing the shooting and shot the younger player, I can't say the word because I try to keep it clean on here, is worthless. He is a human piece of refuse and should have no place in airsoft whatsoever. I mean, I can't tell you enough how much that guy epitomizes everything that is not airsoft. Seeing the video over on break lets me show that, you know, hey, here's another great bad example of how airsofters react, which again, isn't you, isn't me, isn't any of us that watch the show or play fairly, but it's just that little micro, like 1/10 of 1% out there that are just out to be airsoft bullies, jerks, or just idiots. Spencer Gee writes, "Hey Jonathan, what are your thoughts on having more ops based off video games such as Rainbow Six Siege and The Division?" First off, I'm really hopeful and excited, cautiously excited about The Division coming out. Tom Clancy game, if you guys aren't familiar, just like Rainbow Six is as well. It's going to be kind of, I guess the best way to describe it is like Destiny, but like post-apocalyptic, post-viral outbreak New York kind of thing. The early beta feedback's coming out pretty good. So that said, I think it's great. I know there's some Fallout games already out there, and they're like Wasteland games that do a fantastic job with that series, and I think that Rainbow Six as well as The Division are great examples of taking a video game culture and intellectual property and moving over to Airsoft. In fact, I would love to see the game developers get behind things like this, to see like, you know, either the publishers or like the intellectual rights owners like Tom Clancy, for example, whether it's Electronic Arts or whoever owns the rights to these games, to go out and maybe work a deal with Airsoft and try to do something on a grander scale. I remember years ago there was a Rainbow Six setup in England or the UK. So you guys who are out there in the UK and watching this, please let me know. I remember there was something to do with the game and they had like it set up like one of the Rainbow Sixes, and it was backed by Rainbow Six or Ubisoft, I think, that was kind of behind it over in the UK. So help me out down there. It's been many, many years. So happy one of you guys have been watching for a while. I'd love to hear your comments down there in the section below. But yeah, bottom line, love to see it. And I would absolutely love to attend one of these if it ever happened. All right, guys, that's it for questions this week, which means it's time for the Code Red Headsets video recommendation of the week. And this one comes from a team I met personally here this last weekend up in Oregon at the Oregon Airsoft Arena's Winter Expo. It's Team SYG. They're actually out of California, out of, I think, Central or NorCal exactly, and they are a Speedsoft team. Now, if you guys know me, I have no qualms against like any part of Airsoft. I like milsimmers, I like Speedsofters, I like the skirmish crowd, but you know me, I normally play like in the skirmish or in the like the milsim realm. I'm not really built for Speedsoft. I mean, I'm kind of, those years have passed me by. But with that said, I met the guys, great group of people, awesome guys, and they actually put out some really good videos, well crafted, a lot of good sportsmanship in there, and you're not seeing like the overshooting like I mentioned in that previous SC Village video that got all that bad press. I mean, these guys are the other opposite end of the Speedsoft spectrum. So yeah, if you guys want to see what Speedsoft's about, you've always heard about it, you've never really been around a community that has a huge Speedsoft following, definitely give these guys a look. They've got about 21 videos out. They kind of do an episodic content that are really cinematic, and I'll have a link over to their channel in the description below. All right, guys, that is it for this week. And as always, thank you so much for joining me here on Airsoftology Mondays. And if you want to get your question in the show, it's super simple. Just put it in the comment section below, vote up your favorites, and I'll get them on the show. I do read every single comment every single week on Monday. So when Monday comes by the next week, I'm reading every single one and picking out the ones for the next show. So don't be discouraged. We got a lot of great questions. I can't answer them all, but keep putting them down there every single week, and I will eventually get yours on the show. I promise. And especially yours. You right there. That's right. I'm going to get yours next. So guys, until next week, go out, play some Airsoft, have some fun. Don't shoot anybody in the back, but no matter what you do, call your freaking hits.